This is my job. And I love my job, except for the part that I'm not very good at, which is trying to figure out how to get paid to do my job. So to learn how to better market myself, I went to a particular meeting of the New England Speakers Association. When I arrived at the conference center, I had to check out in the lobby where the different groups are meeting, like the morticians are there, and the Boilermakers are there, and the speakers group are there. So the topic that day was workshops about networking and with practical tips of how to work the room. We're keeping in mind that when you work freelance, that interactions with anyone, anywhere are potential marketing opportunities. So the room really virtually is everywhere. So Mark Shepard was giving us an introduction to neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, which is a behavioral science of how you can create an affinity with another person if you can get in sync with their mannerisms. Because a lot of things come into play when you meet someone. For example, their comfort zone for personal space, or their posture, or their body language, their gesticulation, their speech pattern. So if you are talking to someone who speaks with a very slow drawl, and you pepper them with a really fast-paced chatter like this, you're likely to polarize them. Whereas if you can take their cue and adopt their rhythms, they will become much more comfortable with you and receptive to you. And under-the-radar things like following their breath pattern, and even minute things like matching their eye blinks can pay off because the person won't know why. But subliminally, they will just, feel a rapport with you if you can get on a similar neurological wavelength. Wow. And being off stage, I'm rather introverted, so I thought a tool like this could be really helpful, valuable for me, and I was eager to try this, and it was fascinating. So during the break, I went into the men's room, another fellow went in at the same time, and I noticed we approached the neighboring urinals at the exact same time. And then I noticed that we unzipped at the exact same time. And I could hear that our stream started together in sync. And I know there's this unwritten law that when you are, hanging out, so to speak, with a stranger like this, you don't make small talk or big talk, or you just do your job and you zip it. But we had just come from a workshop where we were encouraged to, work the proverbial room, and I didn't see why that should exclude the men's room. So I put myself out there, and I said, gee, I wonder if urinating at the same time creates a bond too. Expecting a joking response in kind, but there's this really awkward silence, and finally I say, you're with the speakers group, right? And then I notice his Boilermaker union pin. How could I even begin to explain why I came out with that question? I couldn't. I mean, if he asked me, I know what the worst answer would have been, even if it were the truth, that I'm just doing my job. I don't know if either one of us zipped up any faster, we could have lost something, but we zipped up at the same time. But I don't think it was creating a bond at all. As a matter of fact, I don't know which one of us wanted to get the hell out of that restroom faster, me or him. But when I went back to my speakers group, I got to share what happened with them, and they thought it was a pisser. And it was! And so they're howling, laughing and stuff. And now, I get to share it with you because it's my job.